I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Good morning, Cassandra. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good, good. So you and I have been chatting offline about some really amazing openings right here in the Tampa market, and you have got a fantastic background. Tell me what you were doing most recently at JP Morgan.
So recently at JP Morgan Chase, I was working as you would call it, I would say like underwriter, so credit operations specialist. Basically what we would do is I had to go through like a training to basically get like a credit, I guess I would say like a approved to be like a lending specialist. So I had to go through a thorough training and pass that training in order to get approved to get a lending authority. That way I'm able to speak with customers that will call in and have applied for credit cards with through JP Morgan Chase. And then with that training, it basically taught me how to look through and see whether or not we can approve or deny that customer for the requested credit card. Based on a lot of things, we will have access to um, view their credit history. It wasn't based so much on credit score, but credit history, how many credit cards they had, how well they took care of those credit cards, their spending limits, their pay limits, how they pay on the cards, and just things of that nature. And then we will look through that, look at their employment history, and see from there at the end of, we'll make a decision at the end of going through the full application, whether I can approve or deny the customer.
All right, fantastic. So it sounds like in that role, in addition to doing a lot of like customer service, you also were doing a lot of data entry into
Yes.
the system to make sure everything was organized and accurate, because that is very important for a position like that. What would you
Correct.
say is one of the biggest struggles in that type of role?
I would say just coming to a decision. Sometimes you just know, especially with how the world was at that time, it's just like some people really needed the credit, and just sometimes you can't approve them. And I understand people go through things and just having to tell them no, but
Yeah.
it was a certain way you just had to know how to explain to them, hey, unfortunately at this time we're not able to approve you. However, you are eligible to apply at any time. So that kind of would give them a comfort of, okay, I didn't get approved this time, but at least I know I can go back, and we had other credit cards they were able to apply for. So they
Yep.
could just go back and apply for different credit cards, because the specific card they applied for may have not been a card that worked for them at that time. You know what I mean? So it was
Yep.
other cards that maybe they would have got approved for had they applied for it.
Now, if you weren't sitting here with me today and I was chatting with one of your coworkers, how do you think they would describe your work ethic?
Fun, and I would say very helpful. We literally worked as a team. I know if I had questions, I would lean over, because we were so close. We could lean over and say, hey, what do you think about this? Or I know they would ask me questions a lot and say, or even chat me. Like we could Skype each other and say, okay, if you had a customer and they were so and so this, what would you do? Would you approve or deny? So I think very helpful, and also just fun to work with.
Mhm.
You want someone that can have your day go by fast, and just make your day and laugh and enjoy it. You don't want to be sad and not enjoyable. So I would definitely say helpful and very fun to work with.
Wonderful. What is the most important thing to you about the next company that you work for?
Most important would be being able to work as a team. Again, I like to get along with my coworkers. I feel like being able to work as a team and get along with your coworkers is gonna make your job become that career that you want. I feel like it'll just give you that, okay, I got a good team I work with. It would make me want to get up and go to work every day, knowing I can rely on them. We can rely on each other. I can come talk to them if I have issues about anything. And just also being able to have great management, being open to feedback and constructive criticism. If it's something I'm doing wrong, tell me, let me know. That way I could work on it.
Fantastic. Cassandra, I'm going to go and stop the recording and chat with you a little bit more, if that sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.